Every month, 500 tons of computers, cell phones and other electronic devices are being shipped illegally from the Western world to third world countries. Countries like Sweden pays illegal shippers to export the loads of electronics, which the importers get paid for and stock up in huge piles. These piles, burning and emitting of dangerous gases, are not only an enormous threat on the citizen health, but also an issue because of the large amount of emission. Good evening and welcome to the NNC News Channel. Our reporter have taken a closer look at this hidden problem. So, where does all the electronics really come from?
A lot of it comes from Sweden and other European countries like Germany, but also from the United States.
Why would anyone just dump tons of garbage on another's responsibility like that?
The main reason is probably that it's a way to get rid of the problem. The handling of garbage and the recycling system has its downsides, and some might find it easier to just ship it overseas.
But why don't the customs impound these enormous amounts of electronics?
They do take care of parts of it, but far away from all. When the exporters ship the masses, which they're being paid huge amounts of money for, they market with second-hand devices that are used for the IT digitizing in Africa.
And how does that affect the locals?
On every poly visit, you meet young adolescents going through the content, looking for copper inside the devices. Selling the copper gives them small amounts of money, which could provide them education or food for the day. But by just being there and breathing in the heavy haze of poison gas causes a huge amount of health problems, such as asthma, different types of cancer, lung diseases, and water scarcity. Not just the workers, but also the citizens gets affected by this heavy cloud that constantly lies above them.
Thank you. Just like you mentioned, the growing consumption and emissions are causing side effects, which are strongly connected to growing scarcity of water. Now, we have a company in our studio. Welcome, Walter.
Thank you. The world consumption of everyday items, such as food and clothes, lead to environmental emissions and water scarcity. The reason for this is that during the production of, for example, jeans, a massive amount of water and energy is used, leading to carbon dioxide emissions and chemicals being released into the atmosphere. A Swedish consumer consumes on average up to 6,000 liters of water every day, which equals approximately 39 bathtubs of water in the form of food and clothes. A pair of jeans takes between 9,000 to 10,000 liters of water to produce.
Another expert today, give me more stuff. Do you know what would happen if we continue to consume and buy the way we do today?
When industries or factories make a product and transport it, they release things like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, gases which blend with the water in the atmosphere and rain down as acidic rain, acidifying the oceans and the ground and the woods and becoming a stressor to many organisms. Carbon dioxide is one gas that increases the greenhouse effect. Greenhouse gases absorb some of the heat radiated from the Earth to heat up the planet. However, an excess of these gases will result in too high temperatures. If we raise the global temperature with more than 2 degrees Celsius, islands could be put underwater, certain animal species could vanish, our food sources would provide less food to this growing population, and natural disasters would get more frequent and more extreme. Hazardous waste often contains flammable, carcinogenic, toxic substances dangerous to the environment. Prejudicial chemicals and heavy metals are common. When the waste catches fire, this leaks into the ground and rises into the air. And there are no physical boundaries in the ocean and in the air. What is released down in Africa reaches all parts of the world. Other poisonous substances end up where our crops grow, in what we feed our cattle, in the seas, and endangers both animals and nature. Thank you.
And are there any solutions?
There should be better customs for prohibition of illegally shipping garbage.
To prevent this global environmental problem from growing, we should all buy better quality or second-hand.
Countries with garbage mountains should all build up a working recycle system that take care of as much as possible. If we were to reuse, say, aluminium, we'd save 95% of the energy it would have taken to produce more.
Energy generation from waste that cannot be recycled can run turbines and provide cities with electricity and heat.